Hello, mujer. Hola, mujer.
Hi, Habibti.
Welcome to the karaoke episode.
I want nothing to do with that karaoke episode.
Oh, sorry. A wrong podcast, I guess.
But you can be singing the whole time, have it be your own musical.
Yeah.
And I'll just be here, with the audience, enjoying that, not participating.
We're speakers off.
I'll just use, my normal voice. You can sing every statement, every question, sing it all out.
Tamam, habibi. How are you, mujer?
I mean, I was fine until I, started hearing all of this singing. And now I'm not sure how I feel.
You look amazing, by the way. The tissues in your ears are adding the charm, I gotta say. Yeah, so pretty.
Yeah. Well, how are you, Moher? You're
Good.
singing. You must be in a really, really, really nice mood. All of a sudden.
Well, my energy is not very stable. I think I'm stressed, and I think that's my output, like stress output, let's say. Dancing and singing definitely unstresses me. I love it. It's a gateway for my negative energy. A healthy gateway, I would like to say.
That's nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have my friends coming tomorrow. It's a lot of people, and I'm afraid I will not be a good host, of course. At the same time, the weather is crappy. I feel a bit overworked. So yeah, definitely a bit stressed, a bit singing mood. Yeah.
So whenever you're singing, it's a sign that you're having a difficult time, basically.
No, sometimes I'm just good, I think. But it's just like, no, I think whenever I'm singing, it means high energy. And high energy can be happiness overload, but can be stress.
How many coffees have you had today, Moher?
1.5.
Are you having the second one? Is it... So the caffeine is kicking in right now.
Yes, it's probably true. How is your coffee intake nowadays, though?
I don't know, maybe 3-4 cups a day. Not much.
Not much, okay. Is it Vietnamese coffee or?
Yeah. I mean, like 1 in the morning and then 1 at noon. And if I have to work in the evening, then 1 more. So or if I don't have to work in the evening, could still get 1 more. Like the first coffee is usually a canned one that I buy from a shop near the school.
I see.
And then at noon, during lunch break, it's a proper coffee at a cafe. And then in the evening, it's either one of those canned ones again or a proper one. It depends really on, where I am and what I'm doing. But like Turkish coffee at home is usually reserved for weekends. When I have the luxury of time and being chill. I go for it. Usually Saturday, Sunday, that's the coffee I have.
Okay, I see. Thanks for sharing.
So, Moher, what are your highs and lows for this week?
I was just about to ask you the same question. Aren't we completing each other's sentences, Moher, today? Cutesies. So, my high, I would say, is that I finally made it to the Diamond League in Duolingo. Praise be made. Thank you. Yes, I am willing to stay there as long as God allows me. So probably very, very long. And my low. I think my low is my backache. It's been pretty severe this week and very irritating. Like, I've been living my normal life. I try. Like, I went to the gym and everything, but still, from time to time, I'm just like, can't move, and I'm like, I'm not that old. Why is it happening to me? So that's my low, definitely. Yeah. Pain's my low. Pain is my low. What's yours? Highs and lows.
Okay, I think I have a couple of highs.
Couple?
The first one would be...
What do you mean? The meaning of a high is like, you cannot have a couple. Isn't it like the top?
The highs and lows.
Oh, that's true.
You always use it with a plural. So
touché.
I'm like,
touché.
Right,
Je suis désolé.
Okay. Yeah.
À toi.
Okay. So going on that trip for a friend's birthday last Saturday by Pretty Lake, having barbecue, just having some really nice laughs. That was a good day. I was so tired by the end of it. I just went home and I slept. I didn't even play. I didn't listen to music. I just slept. Of course, I showered first because it had rained so much.
Thank you for mentioning that.
Anyway, like the ending doesn't sound very positive, but like the day was really nice. So that was one thing. Another was I cooked yesterday for the first time in ages.
Your favorite meal.
I made my carbonara again, you know. And I guess next I could make one of those pizzas, you know. So
Ay, caramba.
And I cleaned my place and now it's spotless and shiny and it's really nice and it smells very good. And yeah, that feels good. So yeah, these are 2 highs right there. I think I have one low, but it's not really serious. Like, have I told you about this game I play sometimes with tanks?
No, tell me about it.
So it's a game that I play sometimes, and maybe a month ago or some weeks ago, I purchased like some stronger tanks kind of situation.
It's a brand new information.
But I didn't have enough game currency to upgrade them. So I'm basically meeting really, really strong players constantly, all the time, and getting squashed constantly because I don't have enough game currency to upgrade my tanks. So it feels like a little bit low, you know, having a tough week playing this game. It's really discouraging.
So you're basically waiting for one of your teammates to become your sponsor again?
No, this cannot be sponsored. There are 2 different game currencies. One of them you have to earn by playing.
Oh, dang it.
And winning. So yeah, but yeah, that's it, basically.
I see.
Highs and low.
Highs and low. That's true. All right. So what do we talk about?
Today, we're gonna answer questions that we will ask each other. But these questions do not come, they are not a product of our intellect.
That's true.
They were proposed to us by artificial intelligence, namely ChatGPT, that you have consulted into suggesting some questions for us to answer. Questions that are interesting, but we got some very interesting results.
Yeah.
And I'm going to choose some questions. You cannot ask the same question that I will choose.
Exactly. So. Like some of these questions, like basically I asked ChatGPT what it would like to ask us from artificial intelligence perspective. And I don't think it really understood the message despite me repeating it 3 times or something like that. But okay, so some of these questions are really difficult to answer or maybe not really that exciting. So yes, it is going to be a battle of questions. If you ask me a question, I have to answer it the best way possible, and then you will be rewarded with another question back.
Let's start.
Should you start with a question?
I will then. Maher, what's the secret sauce for bonding with someone from a totally different culture?
Oh my god, secret sauce. I love the phrasing. Honestly, I think it's the same sense of humor. I never can really bond with people. Like, I know that sense of humor is a culture too. And I'm not going to lie. Despite traveling and everything, I don't think I'm very tolerant or like very open to like meeting new people and very like approachable and stuff. Like, sure, I'm very kind, but I don't think I like everyone from whatever culture they are and stuff. So I think whoever gets my sense of humor or whoever comes with some kind of sense of humor and connects with me on my personal level, then I just accept their culture by default. I feel that's what kind of happens with you. You were just funny. So I knew that you would not like get offended easily. And that's, I think, important. Muy importante.
All right.
Do you agree?
It's your answer, you know, so we're taking it as is, you know.
Okay.
Now it's your turn to ask. Be merciful. Most of these questions are tough.
I will be merciless because that's one I like highlighted and I have no idea what the answer would be. What is one topic that you guys argue about all the time?
You and I. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we would call it arguing, but like this whole streak freeze thing of Duolingo, it had its toll on us. And I'm sure
That's
if we
true.
start talking about it again, it's going to be battle on one more time. But yeah, apparently it's not just about the streak freeze. It's about self-love, self-compassion, empathy towards oneself, accepting the blessing of the universe. Sometimes you don't have to work so hard for things. Sometimes you're just full of self-hatred. It's just way deeper than what it actually looks like. But yeah, we've talked about it so many times until we decided not to talk about it anymore. I don't know if any one single topic had actually that much of a debate over like Duolingo streak freeze.
I have been feeling though lately that I am pulling you a little tiny inch bit on my side. Don't you think?
I agree. Yes. Self-love, that much self-love I feel now. It's okay. I'll take this streak.
Yes. I'm not gonna lie.
My God.
It's an ultimate victory here. All right, your turn.
Okay. The question goes like that. What advice do you have for individuals who are hesitant to express their opinions on sensitive topics like gender equality, mental health, or, the current war in Palestine, for example? That's not in the question. I'm just adding that due to fear of backlash or judgment.
First of all, I think that we have too much of an expression of an opinion nowadays. So if someone asks you to express your opinion on any of those topics, maybe you could try to not to express it. I think that's a good exercise, especially when it comes to current conflicts, maybe. When it comes to current conflict. I would start with really deep self-analysis and standing your ground. Like, if I was to express, like every time I am expressing something, like we talk a lot about mental health, at least here. We touched on some conflicts. I'm not sure if it was the Israeli-Palestinian one, but we did. So like every opinion that I'm expressing here on the podcast, I really stand with. So even if I was to express it with a family member in front of my grandma or, I don't know, in front of a president of Switzerland, I want it to be true about me and I want to be able to defend it. Because it's something I believe it or because this is this and much information I have about it. So I think that's important, like to really take a while before to think about what you really believe and to what extent, to not make very hesitant statements, I would say. And especially with the conflict, now that you mention it, I do see a lot of aggression in people's opinions on the conflict. And I think a lot of people cross the line with self-expressions. However, if they stand by it, I think it's fine. Like at the end of the day, I think I do believe in expression, in freedom of expression. I do have a problem, for example, with drastic images, like drastic visual images, but also drastic verbal expression that I see on social media now that Rafat was attacked. Like it's very hard for me to intake this, and I don't know. I don't have an opinion on how those things should be managed. I really don't know. I really think world could use fewer opinions at this point. I don't know.
So your advice is don't be rash. Think carefully, and if you're gonna share some opinion, just make them 1 or 2, not 10.
Yeah. Or if like you really want to express yourself, but you don't have time or willingness to think about it, say it. things I feel right now, like, I wish I could just, like, crush those people's skulls and stuff. You know, like, don't make it statements if things you're going to say are a bit hasty. Because at the end, it's just about authenticity. I think it's very easy to say something wrong, to say lies, to say gossip, to add olive to the fire. Is this the saying? I don't know. But there is ways to go around it. You can say more what you feel. Like, I cannot stand this anymore. I really like those posts that people express. Actually, they are Egyptian, on my social media, that say, I am so frustrated with this conflict and I cannot take it anymore. Like, I've been depressed for the past month or something because I cannot act on things that are being done to those people. Like, I'm hopeless, and you know, it's expressing the same that they would do with the hate language. However, it is actually authentic and it's actually not crossing any line. However, when you are so enraged and you see such a conflict, you want to cross the line. You want to make it highlighted. You want to be violent with your words. So I guess those people are getting the message through. But at this point, I am out. At this point, when the violence gets into words and stuff, no matter for what cause, I am out. I think you would like to add something from what...
No.
No?
It was about you giving advice to those who are hesitant, and your advice is stay hesitant. It's good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. My advice is stay hesitant. Yeah, totally. I mean, how long have I been hesitant for even starting this podcast? Like 2 years? You know?
I don't know.
You don't know, yeah. But like, you were invited last minute. But like, yeah, I was hesitant about making this podcast because I know I'm very judgmental. I didn't want to really share my opinions, and it was difficult for me to expose myself with my silly ideas, you know? Like, it's... Some of the things are not true that I say. I remember there was this one episode that I was editing. We were talking about war journalism, I think. And I had to delete the whole part of what I was saying about some conflict in Africa or something because I totally messed up 2 conflicts. Like, I was just saying bullshit for 5 minutes or so. Yeah, I don't know, I melted 2 conflicts into one, and luckily I did a fact check before publishing, and I was like, oh my god, this is actually wrong. But yeah, like, I am very scared that one day I will like say something wrong, or maybe I already said. And as long as it's just my opinions that I can defend, that's fine. Also, I think it's important to be open for having your opinion changed, you know, like you on the free streak.
Fair. Yes. Yes, totally.
Yeah, because like when you're open, you're like, oh, I hate this or that. And someone goes out and says, well, why have you thought about that? And then if you're actually reflecting on it, yeah, you know, you're right. I'm ready to see you're right here. Then it's totally fine. It's just a dialogue. So then you can express any opinion.
I agree. Yes.
I think.
All you seem to say to people sometimes, like, why do you hate yourself so much? Just love yourself a little bit.
Yeah, of course. Give yourself a slack. Okay, I think this is on the topic. What steps can someone take to cultivate empathy and understanding towards individuals who hold drastically different beliefs or perspectives? It's a beautiful one, I think.
I think step number 1, close your eyes and think. Imagine that you are in their shoes. That you are born in that place, to that culture, to this political or religious background, and then ask yourself, what or how would you felt or thought if you met someone like you? I guess just by imagining or putting ourselves in other people's shoes, this way we could slowly, if we repeat, the same narrative in our head over and over, like they are born into these circumstances and that's the outcome, just like me, just like you, just like everybody, and that they are just people. I think it's just about like an internal dialogue or conversation that you'll actually have to just like go through with yourself. Like I don't think there are like Steps 1, open the drawer. 2, close the drawer again. Step 3, go wash your face. I think it's all about, just having a little conversation with yourself about who you are, where you come from, who they are, and how they are the way they are, All right, Maher, your turn. Are you ready?
Yes.
This one, I think you will find a little bit relatable considering, what's been happening in Switzerland recently. The question is, how do you recommend handling conflicts or misunderstandings that arise in intercultural relationships? And you are a person who is in an intercultural relationship.
I see what you're doing here. So it's not anymore only about you and me, huh?
So, how do you recommend handling such conflicts in such relationships?
Jesus Christ, it's very tough. So what Rahman is talking about is my intercultural relationship, romantic relationship, that I've been cultivating in Switzerland, let's say. I think the first step that I would say I omitted totally is accepting its existence, the cultural difference. Because when you feel close to someone, and I think for you and me, this also could happen if we spend more time together in reality. Like, sure, we feel close to each other and we feel like we understand each other. So we just assume that we believe or understand things the same way because we are so alike. Like, dude, of course we know and stuff like that. And no. Like, if you're from a different culture, you have to expose yourself to the fact that you are inherently different in those obvious ways that you wouldn't know. And I think with you and me, we would sometimes be like, hey, wait a minute, like, what do you mean? But especially in romantic relationship, I think it would be like, what's a man's role in a family? What's a woman's role, and stuff like that. Like, how do you view, I don't know, duties in the home? Like, really anything. Like, what's the stages of a relationship even in your country? What food? Like, do you want to eat meals together all the time or what? Like, some things will be really taken for granted that they don't exist. For example, I remember I was very shocked when I didn't receive a flower for Women's Day. Like, I got really upset, and my boyfriend didn't get it. In Spain, they don't even really have flowers that much, so it's not a thing. In Poland, I would even buy a flower like for my dad, for Dad's Day. Like, that's just a thing we buy. And I was telling it to my Swiss friend, and she said, oh, why? You like being gifted gifts? And I was like, it's not about gifts. I just want a flower, god damn it. So, like, for her, it was also a very high maintenance thing to expect a flower for a Women's Day. And for me, it's like, I don't know, 50 cents in a kiosk. So I got the flowers at the end, by the way.
Like, we don't have flowers on Women's Day in Egypt, but they do it in Vietnam. Yes, so that'll be like, I understand what was happening there. So, like, how do you deal with conflicts in such scenarios,
Yeah, like, unfortunately, like, I don't like this answer, but I would say just communication. I hate communicating, like, especially since I'm in a relationship. I just wish my boyfriend knew sometimes for like a second or two what's happening in my mind. So he can finally get it and just like rain me with roses and stuff. But
communication, but I hate it.
I hate it. I have to fucking phrase it like, dude, it's a Women's Day and you should give me a flower. And now it's actually too late because I'm already upset. And if you buy me a flower, I will hate you forever. So like, it's very tough. So not only you have to communicate, but you cannot offend this person, which might be for you very tempting to do, to offend them for not being from your culture. Don't do this. And then you have to actually accept like what they're going to change. So you have to not only be like, hey, that's how I see it, that's what I expected, then you actually have to like get over it pretty fast and kind of fix that once they try to do it. But I think it's very worth it in the long term. Like in the short term, it's very anxious and it's very dramatic. But, every year from now on, I expect to, I don't know, receive anything for a Women's Day, like a little chocolate or something, like to just be acknowledged. And it's nice. Like I will not have a fight, inshallah, about it any time anymore. And it goes both ways. Like my boyfriend also had some expectations, for example. Yeah, okay, I will not get into the topic, but I think that it's very hard. It's very hard. Like step A, I would say try not to cry and try not to scream. But if you can't, which happens, yeah, just say, like sob through, like, oh, I wanted flowers because, just do that. And yeah, I think that goes the same way for any other relationship like yours and mine.
I agree.
You just have to communicate, even though it's easier with friends, because I can just tell you, you moron, you thought that this and that, like, are you stupid? And they'll be like, ha ha ha, you are stupid, and that will be fine. But
like I would just wait for one time you fuck up. I'm like, you moron.
Yeah, probably.
Like repeat your words when an opportunity presents itself.
Yeah. I mean, we did have our conflicts, no? I think we talked before how I think the first time that we FaceTimed, I was like sick or something. I was blowing my nose. I was drinking my tea. I was finishing my dinner or something. And after some time, I realized you never do it. And probably you thought it's to be very, like, I don't know, disrespectful or something, that I was so, yeah, like disgusting in front of you or something. And you started like drinking or eating something like, I don't know, 1 year into our friendship, let's say.
1 year into it, yeah. Yeah, I eat sometimes now. I drink all the time.
Yeah, now, yes.
Finished my tea. My God, I want one more.
But I think I was
late already.
I remember that we were talking, like, I don't know, like we would usually have a class and then we would just chit chat. And I was telling you about, I don't know, you just asked me how my day was, and I think I was telling you I spent the whole day in bed because I had like very severe period cramps. And you said, okay, too much information. And I was like, damn it, like I just keep forgetting his, like, Arab culture and stuff. Maybe I just crossed some boundaries and stuff. So I think at the end we did struggle with that. We just kind of forgave pretty fast with everything. Anyway, are you ready? Yes.
Wait, another question? Bring it on.
Living all over the place must have given you some wild takes on spirituality and this stuff. What's the craziest belief or practice you've came across? And did it change your own views?
I have to think hard on this one.
Yeah, take your time.
Spirituality is a form of delusion. That's
okay, but
to begin with.
Okay.
When it comes to practices that I have come across personally. So, like in some cultures, people can be a little bit superstitious about things, like colors. Maybe red brings good luck. Yellow brings good luck. Maybe white or black will bring you misfortune. So they go to shamans, they go to temples, they have tarot cards read. Nothing really strange, nothing weird. It's all this stuff that you see on TV sometimes. But I have lived it somewhere in the world, I've been surrounded by it. And it did affect my worldviews eventually. I became a little bit superstitious myself. So now I think that long hair brings good luck and short hair brings bad luck.
Do you really believe that?
No.
Okay.
But I'm like being superstitious. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. I'm testing the theory now. I'm like, let's see. Because, when in Rome...
I see.
Wahed, last question we have today.
Okay.
For you.
For me.
Yes. How should someone handle a situation where their partner has different views regarding something big, like having children?
Leave? I think so. Like,
Okay.
I believe in compatibility a lot. And I think, like, there is some non-negotiables.
Non-negotiables?
This. So if your partner has a different view on one of those, then I don't think you guys gonna be very compatible.
Okay, fair.
Like, let's say maximum like 4 things. I don't know, like they really have to be big, you know, like for example, having kids or not. However, if you want 5 kids and your partner is like, no, I just want 2, and you're like, no, I really want 5, like there is some room for middle ground, I think. You can be like
3.
yeah, like 3, or you know, I'm gonna have 2, and then how about we talk about it again or something. I don't know. Like I was thinking lately about me leaving my country, and I think if I wanted to live in Poland and my boyfriend wanted to live abroad, not in Poland, we wouldn't have gotten together. It's simple. Like
Yeah, true.
that's just a very big place, is very big, and I think it is a valid reason to split. Yeah, but I don't know, maybe I'm just not very romantic when it comes to that. Like I've always believed in compatibility like that.
Okay, fair. Do you have any last questions?
What are some effective ways to maintain a long distance relationship, whether it's romantic or a friendship?
A very effective way would be scheduling a time where you can call every week or every month and make it a regular thing. This way you can catch up, keep the bond alive, and you can be quite present in the other person's life. That's one thing. Another thing is the attitude, the mindset. You need to look at the mirror every day and then imagine that you're talking to the other person and you tell them you're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. You are in it for life, you know?
Wow.
And this mindset, this attitude, you know, it can help you to actually keep that relationship, whether romantic or friendly, alive. Another thing is, I don't know, you pray, and if you believe in something, if you have a belief in some God or whatever, you can like pray for these people, you know, so that the Lord can take care of them. And this way you're going to also be, you know, watching over them from a distance and like making sure they're safe, and also like having this bond where someone else is involved. There are ways, you know, but like I think it's about the mindset and the belief that you are in it for life.
Same for friendship and romantic relationship, you would say, or
You're in it for life. Otherwise it wouldn't work. Or otherwise it would die at some point, you know? Well, it's about maintaining. You tell yourself, we're in it. This is going to be going on forever until one of us die, of course.
well, but when it comes to romantic relationship, for sure, like I don't know, I would like to talk more than once a week, probably. I imagine.
Like it depends really on I don't know, like the kind of relationship you have. I know it's romantic, but like how often you like to talk, what you like to talk about. I wouldn't once a week could be enough, more or less. It depends on the people and their needs, you know. It seems to be quite difficult thing maintaining long distance romantic relationship. A lot of people struggle with that, but I have seen people who made it work, you know. Of course, it depends on, you know, how long are these people far apart. But I've seen people like do it for 2 years and stuff, and they manage all right. Because they believe they're the one for them, you know, like they always say he's the one for me or she's the one for me. So there's no point thinking of other people or thinking that they will not or continue or that they will stop, because in their mind, they have made a choice that they want to spend their lives with this person, you know. And I like that. I respect that. If you don't think it's the one, then of course it's going to be very difficult, you know, to like be apart for months or years.
I have no idea how people do that. Like, how do you keep believing that this person is for you if you didn't see them for, like a week or two? Like, it's I guess I just forget who the person is if I don't see them often enough. That's it for me. Somehow.
Some people might lose faith in God, but they could still keep faith in their partners.
But some people might lose faith in their partners and they still keep the faith in God.
Oh, it's wisdom time. Okay.
Where wisdom time.
Wait, do you have like an outro that you can sing for us today?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Let's wrap it up. It was Adriana and Rahman for you. Thank you so much for listening. And you can email us at holamujerpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you, Ra, for podcasting with me. And stay strong, mujer. Ciao.
Always a pleasure being here with you, mujer. Until next time. Masalama.
Ciao.